I was talking a little bit about that and how we weren't a sports show, but it sounds like it today. And Charles Barkley, I think not only is he retiring, and that came out of his mouth directly. I saw that first on yahoosports.com. He stated the following. He said, no matter what happens, I can't talk like him, but if I could, I would. He said, no matter what happens, next year will be my last year on television. It sounds like it's because of changes, though, and shifts from TNT. Forbes.com reports that the Inside the NBA, which airs on TNT and has done so since like, I want to say like the late 80s, the host is going to be splitting up his longtime broadcasting partnership with fellow MVP Shaquille O'Neal and potentially putting what they're saying, critics are saying this, a dagger into their TNT show. However, Barkley believes that Warner Brothers Discovery ended up messing up the deal, and he even spoke out about it. Unfortunately, you know how it is when you speak out about either people you work for publicly on a public platform, right? It's different when it's office gossip. Yeah, it's definitely different when it's office gossip. But when you're speaking out on a public platform, plus his other two buddies, they haven't spoke out and said anything. And then they told me that Shaquille O'Neal did a cryptic message at one point in time talking about like, you know, you can replace me, but there'll never be another me. It wasn't exactly those words, but some kind of cryptic message that gave the impression that he wanted to say something. He didn't say nothing, but he said something. You know how it goes. The subliminals. The subliminals. Again, the other hosts of the show, Ernie Johnson, Kenny, the Jet Smith, they've just kind of remained quiet, even though I know that Barkley is disappointed with the potential outcome, and that could be the reason why he's retiring. Although people say that he's done this a couple years ago, talking about he was gonna retire, but he's only what 60 something, 61, 62, something like that. Yeah, that's a good time actually. I think to anything between like 50 and 61, you can get up out of that. 62, you can get up out of that. Some people say 62 is ain't that when you can get? Is that when you can get Social Security? They keep saying Social Security ain't even gonna be available for us, so don't even look forward to it. But I count my blessings either way. Anyway, well, there's basically a clause they say also in Barkley's contract that's going to allow him to exit the show if there is not going to be a tie with the NBA and TNT. So that would also mean that Barkley can enjoy his payout of his $100 million contract, right? Another shift in history. Have y'all noticed that though? It's a lot of shifts that's going on in like some large areas, and that would include, Charles Barkley, let's say for example, not being the host anymore. Like, who is it? The Wheel of Fortune. He's not there anymore. That was a couple years ago. Was it a couple? Am I talking about the right show? No, I'm thinking about The Price is Right. Yep. The Price is Right was taken over a few years ago. Bob Barkley was no longer the host anymore. Then you got Ryan Seacrest that's now there. The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it's a matter of time before like Vanna White. You think about even some of the TV shows. The TV shows the last couple of years shifted out, so no longer the Steve Harveys. You got your Kelly Clarkson. That was a whole debacle about that, right? The whole them shifting out Steve. Did they say something to him? I think it was kind of like a shift, and they was like, "Yep, swift shift." And that's the same thing that happened with the Wendy Williams show, right? And it was because of her health. We definitely saw that, unfortunately, and continue to just. We still don't know. There's still a lot of mystery. I've seen a couple of things, but nothing that makes me want to say anything because I don't believe it. I do not believe it. And unfortunately, the more I think about the documentary, which also is actually available on Hoopla, so if you get a chance to look it up, there's like three things of Wendy Williams. It's like her movie that came out, her what a mess, the one where she was in her right state of mind, but she was talking about like Kevin and how she saw him and Sharina in the National Enquirer, and that one is on there. And then there's also the latest one, the docu-series as well. So those are on Hoopla. And I guess kind of getting back to what I think I was talking about was just kind of all the shifts as it pertains to all of the hosts, the TV programs, just kind of in the last, think about the last 3 to 4 years, people that's been in place for 40 something years. You know what I'm saying? Like even they're making shifts, even if pastors don't step down and they just kind of shift it over to their child, like for example, TD Jakes shifting kind of like the energy over to Sarah Jakes Roberts, so she can just kind of like just passing the baton, right? But again, just a lot of shifts going on. We can all kind of go back to what Cat Williams say if you want to reference that, about like everything is just kind of it being exposed right now, no matter what, no matter who it is. And some of these step downs isn't because of an exposure. Some of it is just because it's time. Sometimes it is just time. There isn't always a reason, except it is time. Alrighty, y'all. I hope that y'all had a very good past Father's Day weekend. I'm also going to be coming back to y'all maybe at least once again this week, just because guess what? It is Juneteenth week, so I definitely got to come back and talk to y'all more about what's going on. And if you missed this weekend's episodes, you can still watch. On Sunday, we discussed Fox Soul's TGIF. Is it getting canceled? Who knows? I know I'm going to be watching tonight to see if they actually come on. They have not been on since like last Thursday, when Al Reynolds got the roast, and then also when it was comedian Lunel who questioned if he even told his ex-wife Star Jones about his sexuality. That just kind of caused a whole lot of just debacle. Asia Wilson, she also breaks the WNBA record. I talk about that on Sunday's episode. And also Ricky Smiley has a brand new book. Talk about that as well. And then I discussed a little bit of Kiki's brand new girl group, Diva Girl, who's also going to be coming up with a brand new song in a few days. Be sure to check out the description box below or review our channel for more critical news you can use. Thanks for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary reviews and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.